Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. Today we're going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR if you will. But before we jump into this video, I just want to say, for anybody who is concerned or worried about the market real quick, or wanting to enter HBAR, we could see a little bit lower prices depending on how the market plays out this week. It is hard to say. Everything has been holding strong. I already did a market update on where we go. If anything, I still think that we hold strong at these nice solid support zones for a little bit of time before trading sideways and eventually breaking out. But we are going to be talking about HBAR because this is one of those assets where a lot of people are still getting very frustrated and pretty much impatient overall. Honestly, I just kind of continue stacking as much as I possibly can. I'm nowhere near rich or anything like that, but I continue to throw money into HBAR because I still know that at some point in time we'll obviously get to the $2.50 zone, which is 10x from here. If I throw $1,000 in here and there, that becomes $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, etc. So, for me, it is a low risk, high reward factor to put money into HBAR right now. It's slow growth, and we're going to be talking about that. So, with that being said, let's just jump into this. So, first and foremost, wow. Huge warning out to anybody holding their crypto on an exchange. So, obviously, we do see here over $80 million worth of digital assets has been removed from liquid global exchange. No reports of HBAR being included. If you hold your HBARs on an exchange, let this be a friendly reminder, not your keys, not your coins. Exactly, 100%. And I just want to say right now, if you guys are looking to protect your crypto, if you're looking to hold long term, hold it through the bear market, even just holding and trying to sell, get yourselves cold storage. Get yourselves a ledger. I have links down in the description below and also in the comments below to get a ledger right now. I hold a ledger. Everybody should be holding a ledger. I know it's a little bit of a process to get HBAR onto a ledger because it's not fully live yet on the ledger, live, but soon we will have it fully live, and at that point a lot of people will be able to transfer it easily. It is not that hard of a process. It's just a little bit of a frustrating process, but it is what it is. It is worth the risk and the time, because if we do see here, as of today, there are a total of 52 hacking events with lost funds amounting to a total of approximately $2.1 billion at the time of these attacks, with the Mt. Gox hack of 2014 being the biggest casualty yet, with $661.3 million of stolen funds. Guys, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, please be aware of what is happening. I am seeing a lot of cybersecurity hacks and a lot of cybersecurity problems. There's a cybersecurity there's been so much news in regards to cybersecurity and cybersecurity issues within the last 3 months. That is a call for concern, especially in regards to crypto. So please be aware. Please get yourselves some cold storage. Now, I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. We do see here HBAR moved up 1% in the last 2 weeks. Sell this now and buy the dip of DAG. A lot of these people, first off, a lot of these individuals that don't understand HBAR, they don't realize the true powers behind it. I don't think that these people realize that at some point in time, HBAR is going to be looked, back on and say, wow, those people who were buying at 25 cents were complete legends. Those people that were buying the dip on HBAR, holding throughout this entire time, were the real, diamond hands. Because right now, HBAR is showing the signs of an asset that is trying to shake people out. And honestly, when you look at this and you look at the 200-day MA and it's how it's holding that line so strong, every time that we broke down below it, we regained it, re-grasped it. This is telling me that we continue to go upward in this price action. We will be at 30 cents very soon, and I do think that we will have a massive inflow that will pretty much print these nice green candles like this. It happens out of nowhere. It happens very fast. Even when we look at Solana, right? So let's actually go back to Solana. Solana was one of those assets that traded sideways for quite some time. A lot of people were kind of disregarding it. Oh, whatever. I'm not going to buy that because of this, that, whatever the case may be. But honestly, if you look at this from the 1 month time period, you could have bought this at $33 back on August 2nd. and it just hit a high of about $130. So it's one of those things where if you hold long term, you don't worry about the price action. Like this was sideways momentum for quite some time, going up about maybe $10, coming back down, retesting, and then finally had that breaking point. And this wasn't, it didn't happen overnight. If we go back to even June 2nd, June 3rd, look at this sideways momentum. And even if we go to the yearly, right? After May, after the drop in May, it took quite some time. Like this is May 17th. Look at this. This was, all sideways momentum before we finally broke out. And HBAR is doing the same thing. This is back in May. May 13th, we went to break out, couldn't. We came down, and now we're just trading sideways until we get that next major move. And it is going to happen. It's going to happen. You just got to be patient. I really can't tell you guys that enough. Don't listen to these clowns on Twitter that, throw $50 into an asset and it doesn't move in a day, and they're instantly telling you to sell it, right? A lot of people think it's $50 in on Monday, it's going to be $50,000 out by Friday. It's not that. That is not crypto. Crypto is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We also see here, I spoke with a Solana investor some days ago. I asked him the reason why he invested and what Solana does. His answer, I don't even know, but look at the candles. Dumb investors pump coins like Solana at random. That's why they go up. Smart investors are few and buy HBAR. And this is exactly what we're talking about in terms of HBAR, right? A lot of people don't, realize the potential behind the FOMO events. Like people are still buying ADA right now, thinking that they're early, right? At $2.80. The real early individuals are the ones buying HBAR right now, not expecting it to go to $2 by Friday. HBAR is one of those assets that are going to print millionaires for those who are very patient. HBAR is also one of those assets that are just like Solana, where people will buy without even realizing the true power behind it. You got to realize that HBAR is not just your typical asset in the space. We also see here, I don't want to see a single friend of mine buying in over $1 HBAR with all the data news partnerships are out there in front of you, which shows undervalued. And more big news is coming. NFTs, players, more use cases, and so on. Even sharding coming in Q4. A lot of people don't realize the true power behind HBAR. Everything is right in front of your faces. You could just do your research for yourself. A lot of people are still very lazy and don't want to do the research. We even see here, the Hedera expansion strategy parallels how Facebook grew organically to become the #1 social media company. When Facebook launched in 2004, MySpace, Friendster, LinkedIn, and Skype were already around, and the space felt saturated. Many questioned Facebook coming into an arena where MySpace was the apex predator. The genius behind the Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss strategy was knowing that the kingpin to mass adoption was universities. You win colleges and you win it all. Along with Zuckerberg, they started the company at Harvard, the most exclusive university in the world. In the beginning, access to the Facebook was only open to Ivy League 8 universities. After a very successful start, it was open to the top universities in Europe and eventually all universities in the US. The snowball from that point on was unstoppable. The kingpin to third generation pseudo blockchain DLT Hashgraph technology is enterprise adoption. And that is exactly the truth, guys. We are building very slow, it's very organic growth, and I don't think people realize that with organic growth, like what actually comes after is a snowball effect. We are taking the crypto market by storm. Hashgraph technology is not your typical blockchain technology. We are going to front run this entire market. We will be in the top 10 very soon. I honestly think that we are poised for a huge breakout. I think that we could be doing the same run that XRP did back in 2017 and 2018, which was roughly about like almost an 80,000% of an increase in price from its 2016 prices. So I think that we could see something like that where we do pretty much do an 80,000, 60,000% of an increase in price from our current levels. And I honestly would not be surprised by that at all. And a lot of people might be wondering, well, if we do something like a 60,000% of an increase in price from our current levels, right? What would the price be? Well, it's simple. If we did a 60,000% of an increase in price from our current level, it would be like 150. But that's not what I'm talking about, right? Even going back to XRP did, 60,000% from its overall pinpoint price at the year low. And if we go off of the year low, we'll just go off of, we'll go off of the January prices. We'll just go off of like 3 cents, right? So at 3 cents, that would be roughly $18, right? So, I think 10 to 15 is a safe margin. Even if we go back to the 2020 dip, we'll just go off of the 2020 dip at like roughly about 1.8 cents. We would basically land at about $10, and I think that that's where most people will pretty much say, all right, well, this was worth waiting for. And I've been saying $10 for a very long time. I've said $10 to $15 because I do think that it will mimic a move like that from those lows, where it is a 60,000% increase in price. Even if we go to an 80,000% increase in price, we'll get to about like 14.40 in terms of dollars, $14.40, and that is where my main gist of it is in terms of how we get to those prices. But I also want to say real quick, we said. I've been talking about ADA for quite some time, but we do see here, I've been reading Cardano information lately too. My opinion remains the same. ADA is struggling to become what HBAR already is. Cardano is the improvement on Ethereum, but it is still coming close. It is still not coming close to Hedera Hashgraph. And we do see here a new investor here and agree, never saw anything as promising as HBAR. Now is the time to invest and relax. It's like Google times 1,000. Yes, buying HBAR now is like getting Netflix when they sent DVDs in the mail. It's like buying Amazon when they just sold books. HBAR is going to be an epic investment, and it's a moment of glory seems to just be around the corner. And 100%, especially even in regards to this entire chart, right? Even if we go to the monthly chart, right? The monthly chart looks great. A lot of people are saying, oh, but the monthly chart's about to turn red. It's about to have this, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Like, I just don't think people realize the fact that, like, we're not going to just collapse and fall. Like, we're going to continue to this upward momentum, but it doesn't even matter. Don't even look at the chart. Don't even look at what's happening. Don't even care about the price. Care about the fact that we're continuing to build at a slow rate. We are doing organic growth, and I do think that we will mimic the same run that XRP did, which was roughly about an 80,000. It was like 60 to 80,000% in between there, right? So, I think realistically speaking, HBAR is going to be a massive win this bull run for a lot of the individuals out there who have the power to have diamond hands and to continue to hold throughout this entire process. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a great day, great night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. Guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.